Goku is one of the most overrated characters in anime history. Now, I've watched DBZ my entire life. I'm 33 years old and I watch a lot of Dragon Ball media, gaming, stuff like that. And one thing that stood out to me over the years is, why is Goku so revered when this character has done almost nothing but take L's? He has lost to characters significantly weaker than himself and has failed to beat characters almost across everything. He's actually won basically no fights and really has a very poor track record of actually accomplishing anything. Now I have a slideshow here, and I'm gonna do this all in one take, so there's no clever editing. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about Goku's entire run through Dragon Ball Z, and we're gonna try to discuss how it is kind of really sad how bad his track record is. Now, for those of you who don't know much about DBZ, I will try to keep you filled in as to this character. Now, who is Goku? Okay, Goku is a character who, as a child, managed to defeat the Demon King Piccolo. He defeated the strongest character on Earth. Now, Dragon Ball into Dragon Ball Z is obviously one story, but at least within the anime, it is split into Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So we're talking about the original Dragon Ball run. He has defeated the strongest character on Earth as a kid. As a teenager, he then also managed to defeat the son of the Demon King Piccolo. So as a child, he beat the strongest character on Earth. As a teenager, he beat a character even stronger than the strongest character on Earth. He is extraordinarily powerful. Now, when Dragon Ball Z starts, the very first thing that happens is his brother Raditz comes down to Earth. Now, this is his brother. His brother has not trained. Goku is now in his 20s in Dragon Ball Z. He has trained his entire life. He has defeated the strongest characters on Earth, okay? He should be enormously powerful. And what happens when he fights Raditz? He loses. In fact, harder than just losing, he gets straight up beaten 1v2. Raditz beats both him and Piccolo Jr., Demon King Piccolo's son, in a 1v2. Goku just loses horribly. In fact, more than losing horribly, the only thing he could even do to try to win this fight was to hold Raditz down and die with him. So let's talk about this for a second, okay? Dragon Ball Z begins, and this great hero Goku, the strongest person on Earth, loses to his brother and dies. He has fought one fight and died. He's 0 for 1. He opens and immediately dies. Horribly, in fact. It's pretty sad. So he goes into the afterlife, and he trains, and he trains, and he gets super strong, and he gets wished back by the Dragon Balls. Now, who does he fight? He fights Nappa. Now, Nappa is a character that has been fighting all of Goku's friends. Nappa has been fighting Krillin, he's been fighting Piccolo, he's been fighting Gohan, Goku's son, he's been fighting Tien Shinhan, and this is shown to be some huge, glorious win for Goku, that he manages to defeat the weaker of the two Saiyans on Earth. He manages to defeat this man who's been fighting now for hours against like 5 other people. Nappa has already killed Piccolo. He's already killed Tien. He's already killed Chaozu. Okay, he's beat up Krillin. He's beat up Gohan. And Goku sneaks in right at the end and cheap shots him and gets one single win. Which, when you think about it, is kind of pathetic, right? Like, this is Goku's big win. Ooh, he cheap shots a dude who's been fighting for hours. Look, let's be blunt, okay? Fighters, you probably know this. Can you fight for hours without getting exhausted? Obviously, no, okay? So, you know, Nappa is obviously very tired here. He's exhausted. He's kind of at his end, right? Like, if he had gotten a rest, could he have fought Goku? Well, probably, but we'll never know, okay? So then Goku goes to the second Saiyan, right? The stronger of the two, and he decides, I'm going to fight him. At this point, Goku is fresh. Vegeta is fresh. Now, this is Vegeta, okay? They're both fresh. They're both ready for fighting, okay? And what does Goku do? Does he prove that against a fresh Saiyan that he could beat them? Well, no. Actually, Goku uses his Kaioken technique. Now, the Kaioken technique allows him to power himself up, but breaks his body down while doing it. In order to try to hold back Vegeta, he uses the Kaioken and destroys his body. This is him after using it. He cannot fight any longer. Vegeta is largely unfazed after this exchange, and beats the ever-living crap out of Goku. Goku and Gohan and Krillin, his best friend, so his son and his best friend, all three of them try to 3v1 Vegeta. Can they kill Vegeta? No, actually they did not manage to kill Vegeta. In fact, in a really sad way, Goku here, Gohan here, and Krillin here all end up in the hospital. All their bones broken. Vegeta leaves the planet, and all three of them just have accomplished nothing. They're just beaten to a crap. So what does Goku accomplish by this point? Okay, he's fought one fight, died. Fought a second fight against an exhausted fighter and beat them with a cheap shot. He fought a third fight in a 3v1 and ends up in the hospital. So what does he do after that? Okay, he goes into space and he trains. Okay, and he trains and he's gonna be this big fighter, and he's gonna go to the next planet, Namek, because they need to go to Namek to get the new Namekian super balls, I think they're called. And so he goes to Namek to get the super balls so that he can revive all his friends that died to Nappa. Okay, and he trains and he trains and he trains and he gets super strong. The first fight he gets into on Namek, he cannot kill a single member of the Ginyu Force. Those are the people he's fighting. In fact, he needs to get Vegeta to come in and kill them for him. So, where are we again? Fights one fight, dies. Fights another fight against an exhausted fighter. Fights a third fight, can't even kill him. Fights another fight against the Ginyu Force, can't kill any of them. But it gets worse, because then he fights Captain Ginyu, a character who is significantly weaker than him. And what does Captain Ginyu do? That's right. Captain Ginyu, this character on the right, who is significantly weaker than Goku, manages to use a special technique to change bodies. Goku does not dodge his attack because he's just not a very smart person. So Goku gets his body swapped with Captain Ginyu, and he is thoroughly defeated after this fight. He is absolutely defeated. Okay? He does manage to get his body back, but even after getting his body back, he is completely broken. So as of this point, how many wins does he have? None. He's not managed to get a kill on a single member of the Ginyu Force. He gets utterly destroyed by Captain Ginyu. He couldn't beat Vegeta. His only win is on Nappa, an exhausted fighter, which is just sad when you think about it. So once again, he has to go back into healing. Again. So he starts the anime, dies. He fights Vegeta, gets beaten to crap. Trains for a lot and heals. Goes into another fight, immediately beaten to a crap again. This dude literally cannot exist on screen for more than an hour without getting his ass beat. So of course, after training, or I shouldn't say after training, after healing, he goes to fight Frieza. He is utterly outclassed by Frieza. This is the next big bad, okay? He goes to fight Frieza, and he gets absolutely walloped, okay? It is sad. It is pathetic. During the fight, obviously, he unlocks the secret of the Super Saiyan, and he becomes a Super Saiyan, right? The strongest in the universe, or something like that, right? And what does he do as a Super Saiyan? Does he manage to kill Frieza? Does he manage to end Frieza's tyranny over the universe? No, actually. Even as a Super Saiyan, he needs to rely on someone else to kill Frieza. Once again, this is Trunks killing Frieza. Goku doesn't even have a win over Frieza. Frieza manages to come back and threaten Earth. Trunks has to come in and step in and take out Frieza. Goku doesn't even get back in time, which is just... It's really sad when you think about it, right? Like, here we are, the Saiyan arc, no real win. The Frieza arc, once again, no real win, okay? So we're a third of the way, all the way, we're a third of the way through Dragon Ball Z, and he still hasn't pulled out a win. So, Trunks, this dude, he goes to Goku, and he says, these androids will come, and they're gonna threaten the world, and you need to train to fight them. So Goku goes, and he trains to fight these androids, and he ends up being significantly more powerful than these androids, right? So here's Goku, way more powerful than these androids. What happens? He gets absolutely destroyed. Once again, he gets absolutely destroyed by the androids. I wanna put here, okay? I wanna say he is significantly stronger than these androids, and he still manages to pull out a loss, which how often does that happen in Dragon Ball, right? Like as a series, how many times does a weaker character manage to beat a stronger character? Well, so far we have Captain Ginyu managed to beat Goku, and then we have a significantly weaker android manages to beat Goku, okay? So it's happened to Goku twice. How many times has he beaten a stronger opponent? None. Actually, now that you think about it, he's managed to beat no stronger opponents, but he's managed to lose to weaker opponents over and over again. So Goku is once again taken out of the picture. He was on screen for an hour, so now he has to go into another healing coma. He's just destroyed again, right? Like he's been beaten up again. So he spends the entire rest of this arc healing. We get to the end boss, right? Cell. Cell is the big boss of this arc. He's this android. Does he manage to beat Cell in the end? No, actually. Once again, he's weaker than Cell. He himself admits that he can't beat Cell, which, wow, what was your entire point, right? Like here, we're at the end. Like I kid you not, this was Goku's entire contribution to the entire Cell arc. Think about it, right? Begins the arc, gets his ass beat by an android, ends the arc, can't beat Cell. That, guys, I'm not even joking, that is the second third of Dragon Ball Z. If we consider the Saiyan arc into the Namek arc, the first third, the Cell arc is the second third, the Buu arc is the last third, right? This is it. I'm not even joking. This is the entire second arc. He just loses 2 fights. That's it. He loses 2 fights. How... What acclaim do we have? If you like the Cell arc, have you never noticed that all Goku does in the entire arc is lose 2 fights back to back? He has no wins in the entire Cell arc. Not one. Not one. Which is crazy. So the next arc starts, right? And that's the Buu arc. And I forgot to mention this part. Yeah, he dies against Cell again. So let's think about this. DBZ starts, he dies. He fights Vegeta, ass beat into the hospital. He fights Ginyu, ass beat into the hospital. He fights the androids, ass beat into the hospital. He fights Cell, he dies. What? I forgot I even put this in here. God, this is just getting sadder and sadder the more I think about this. Anyway, the next arc starts, and he has to fight Vegeta again. And how do you think that goes? During the next arc, he tries to fight Vegeta. Vegeta utterly destroys him. I mean, it's not even up for debate, in my opinion, whether or not Goku beat Vegeta. In fact, he loses to Vegeta so hard. What do you think happens? And anyone who's been watching this video for any amount of time now, what do you think actually happens after he fights Vegeta? That's right. He gets knocked out. He gets completely knocked out by an attack that he couldn't even see coming. He was so slow that he couldn't even see this attack coming. He gets knocked completely out. So let's just add this up. Once again, let's just add this up. Dead, wins a fight against an exhausted fighter, hospitalized again, can't actually get the kill on Frieza, hospitalized again, dies again, knocked out. I'm not even joking. These are all his fights. I'm counting them all. Like I'm literally counting them all, which is crazy when you think about it. Like that's all of them. So then he fights Fat Buu. After he wakes back up, he unveils his true power and he fights Fat Buu. Does he destroy Fat Buu and save the world? No, he does not. No, he does not. In fact, he's fighting again, so what do you think happens? What do you think happens? Like, all you guys who've been following me along here, what do you think happens? Oh, that's right, yeah. He gets sent back into heaven. Again. How many of these fights does he end up dead? What do you think the rate is of him being involved in fights and then him being in heaven? Like, it's like 50-50. There's like a 50% chance after any fight that he's going to end up in heaven. Right? And that's crazy. And what does he do when he's in heaven? He just sort of, he gets beat up, I guess by his son, who has a really heavy sword, and he hit him with it. And that's all it takes. Like, Goku's so weak that, like, if you have a heavy enough sword, I guess you could take him out. Like, what is the point even being made here? So, of course, he goes on and he comes back to life. I don't even know why anyone's bringing this dude back to life at this point, right? Like, what's the point? And he uses his most powerful form to fight Kid Buu. Kid Buu is the final boss of the entire DBZ series, right? He fights Kid Buu and he uses his most powerful form and he can't beat him. No, I kid you not. He can't actually beat Kid Buu. He's too weak. He's still too weak. Guys, DBZ is ending. This is the last boss in the entire series, okay? It is ending. It is concluding as a series, and he cannot beat the last boss. So what does he do? Being the fighter he is, having basically no wins under his belt, what does he do? He uses I can't make this up. He uses everybody else's energy to beat Kid Buu. Why not his own? Because it's not good enough. It wouldn't work. He's just too weak. He uses all the people from Earth. He uses their energy to beat Kid Buu. Not even his own. He uses other people's energy. So let's stop to think about this, okay? Does this sound like a big hero? Does this sound like the character that is renowned and revered as the biggest, baddest character? The biggest... No, it's not. The series literally ends with Goku being too weak to beat Kid Buu and needing everyone on Earth's energy. Everyone on Earth needs to get all their energy combined so they can put it together and they can beat Kid Buu. Goku goes, sorry guys, I'm too weak. I'm going to need everyone else to chip in here because I can't do it. And that's DBZ. So, Saiyan Arc dies, gets one win, debatably, on Nappa, because let's be real, the dude was exhausted, right? So dies, gets one win, hospitalized. Namek Arc, okay? Hospitalized first fight, can't beat Frieza. Can't kill Frieza, okay? Android Arc, hospitalized first fight, dead second fight. Buu Saga, knocked out, ends up dead, can't beat the final boss. And that's it. That's all of DBZ. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not making any of this up. That is all of DBZ. And that is why, in my personal opinion, Goku is extremely overrated and really is not that great of a character, of a winner. Okay, he's really weak. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you for making it this far. I hope maybe you've learned something from this little slideshow. Maybe you've learned that Goku is not the big hero that we keep pretending he is. So thank you guys for watching. I hope all of you have a great rest of your day.